people seem to have a lot of confusion that a sphere and a circle are not synonymous. The word round does not equal a sphere. When we talk about the Earth, for example, a sphere is a perfect 3D object that, if even 1 mile was missing a curvature, then it's not a sphere, because a sphere has perfect dimensions. Now, I personally have seen across 50 miles or more in Chicago. I've also gone deep sea fishing and been in the middle of the ocean, and there's been no curve whatsoever. Water as far as you can see. 70% of the earth is water. I have yet to see water curve. Now, a droplet of water will curve. I have yet to see a body of water curve. If one takes the time to actually study flight patterns with stops, international flight patterns with stops, you will discover that on a flat map, it makes perfect sense to stop in Europe for gas if you're going, say, from Australia to South America. But on a globe, it makes no sense whatsoever. It's also important to note that no flights ever go across the alleged South Pole, even though that would cut off hours and miles of distance for certain flights. And South America and Australia might be another one of those. I'm not sure. Now, also, I think it was 1893 that the Gleason Standard Map of the World was created. And it was the standard map used for several decades until Disney, or whoever in the hell it was, came up with the globe idea. That was around after World War II that they really started pushing that hard, I think. Maybe before, I don't know. But either way. Okay. Earth is... Can see my paper here. Okay, so we got a circumference. Okay, so it's the circumference. So on a globe, it would be around here. This. You know, this is the globe. Okay, you see that? This line here would be the circumference. But on a flat plane, see, the equator's here. And the middle's here. You still measure circumference, see. The globe is actually the flat map stretched over a ball. So, okay. Let's not get, and then the motionless. It is motionless. Earth is motionless. The reason you don't feel it moving is because it doesn't. If you think about the fact that if we were actually wildly spinning, we're revolving around the sun, we're rotating on an axis, and then somehow that's all moving, We got moons rotating around, allegedly just different things. The human body keeps its balance with inner ear fluid, okay? If we were spinning all over the globe and we're going sideways and we're going upside down and we're going all these things, our balance would be off. They say we're going like Mach 8 or something is the speed that we're allegedly flying around the sun. Give me a break. Not to mention the fact that the second law of physics is thermodynamics, which means that all atmosphere, you have to have a container for an atmosphere if it's next to a vacuum, okay? Or that vacuum is just going to be sucking that atmosphere right on off of there. I also find it odd that we've never lost a satellite or a piece of space junk has never crashed into us, yet, we're allegedly going all these places and all this, these satellites just, orbit. And it's funny that they still use a ground positioning system, GPS, uh, instead of satellite technology. It's also funny that 99% of our internet stuff, the cables and stuff, are all under the ocean, which I question. I think the Ethernet is actually sending messages through the ether, and they're just not telling us. Which, the reason the theory of gravity was proposed in the first place was because two people in the late 1800s, I believe their last name was Myers, proved the existence of the ether. Well, the government didn't like that, and so they brought Einstein and others in as pawns to, propose other theories. All of these things are theories. Okay? All I can go with is my observable experience. If you fly in a private plane, there is no curvature on the windows. If you fly in a commercial airline, they do tilt the windows. I've seen countless balloon cam footage with no curve. And then every time NASA does it, not only is there an extreme curve, but they also end up curving the ships and the doors on them and flagpoles and all that, because the fisheye lens curves everything in the picture. I'm trying to think. I mean, there is so much, okay? And people are like, well, the stuff in the sky is round, so Earth has to be round. Okay, yeah, Earth probably is round, but the lights on my ceiling are round. Does that mean my house is? Does that mean the floor is? No, it does not. Yes, the things in the sky are round, but I have used a telescope my entire life. I have yet to see anything that looks three-dimensional, and I have yet to see anything that looks like what the cartoon pictures that NASA is showing us. Now, why, if they went to the moon, did they lose or tape over 14,000 rolls of film of the moon landing? I tell you why. Because it would have been butchered in 5 seconds by today's cinematographers and videographers. It's just, I'm just astounded that somebody that allegedly has this newfound belief system is just going to give up on it because one idiot tried to debunk him, and his debunking was really bad. Anyhow, I'm willing to bet a whole hell of a lot that we are on a plane of existence and not a ball.